Welcome to the Instagram stories for Monday, December 25th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Now, typically around this time of year, it's slower for news. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. Recently, I was listening to an NPR podcast where they did a year in review recap. And they talked about some of the best stories of the past 12 months. I loved this concept, so I invited Anna Hartley, who's been a longtime listener and fan of the show, to do an interview with me where we talked about some of our favorite news stories and what we're looking forward to in 2024. My idea is that we're going to listen to a few minutes of it every day this week. And this way, it's something newsworthy to talk about, even if there isn't any direct news over the next few days. Here's the first part of the interview where Anna and I talk about our favorite social media news story of the year. And then in the second half of the episode, we'll talk about our favorite Instagram feature that's been launched over the past 12 months. What would you say has been your favorite social media news story over the past 2023?
You were saying Taylor Swift, but I think the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce whole phenomenon, then it went to SNL. And I mean, you just never see football casters not be able to talk about anything but football. So I think that's been really fun and interesting to watch.
When this started, or before this started, were you a Taylor Swift fan? Like, have you been a longtime fan?
I have not been a longtime fan. With the Eras tour doing so well, I sort of got into her a little bit to just see what the cultural phenomenon was. I do a lot with the music industry, so I like to ask people what is the best concert you've ever been to, and a couple of men in the industry said that they went to the Taylor Swift Eras tour and that it was the best show they've ever been to. So I kind of thought, well, then I should pay more attention to it. And so, yeah, I went and saw the movie and everything, but did not get to go to the tour. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. I'm probably more of a Travis Kelce fan than Taylor from before because I like watching football. But
I personally have been a fan since 1989. I didn't really think much about Taylor Swift before that, but that album sort of opened my eyes to her as a musician. And we went to the Reputation tour in 2018, which was probably, yes, I would say the best concert I've ever been. Looking at the Eras tour, did I want to go? Yes. Did I want to pay that much to go? No. So I had to, sort of draw that line somewhere. But watching how her influence has spread, I think watching the NFL change their TikTok profile to say NFL Taylor's version after she went to one game was absolutely mind-blowing to me and showed how much more the NFL was helped by her attending a game than she was helped by anything the NFL could do for her. And that was a really interesting kind of way for me to look at how she could influence things. So that's why I put her down as being my favorite social media news story of the year. I feel bad for football fans.
As far as you feel bad for them, is that what you said?
Yeah, because football fans are always like, she's at a game. That doesn't mean the game should revolve around her. But also, guys, a lot of people who wouldn't care about football now care about football because she's there. So maybe just appreciate it.
I agree with you completely. And as far as it goes talking about social media, it does just go to show you how much it can affect it. I think I saw some of the numbers. Travis Kelce immediately was the number one jersey sold. His stuff went up like 400% thing after one game. They immediately recorded a commercial with her for the following game or the game after that. I think when they were in New York. My boyfriend and I were Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce for Halloween, which I thought was going to be a fun, unique idea. And then everyone was doing it. And then I even saw a post where a girl in 2015 or something she was Taylor Swift. She made her boyfriend be Travis Kelce. And she was like, what if they dated? And then, that blew up online because she somehow knew this would happen years before anything ever happened. But yeah, it is funny to see them all do that. And the NFL has had some issues with numbers and attendance. And was it maybe the third or fourth game she went to was they had the best ratings of the year for that game. She's definitely, affected the NFL.
Okay, we're going to pause and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the best Instagram feature of the past 12 months. So stick around for that. Welcome back. We're doing a recap episode, and now we're going to talk about our favorite Instagram feature from the past 12 months. What's been your favorite Instagram feature either you've been using lately or has recently rolled out over the past year? What would you say?
Okay, well, one that I like a lot, but I don't use myself, and I should, is the channels that they opened up. I really like Adam Mosseri's channel.
Wait, before you go into it, explain what channels are for people who might not know.
Channels are sort of in your messaging section where you can speak directly to your audience, but they can't reply back. And you can choose whether you want to be a part of that channel or not and get updates when they talk about a certain topic usually. Maybe you can explain it better.
No, I think that's great. I describe it normally as a one-way sort of method of communication, almost like having an email list, and you can just send messages out and people can react with emojis, but that's it. That's all they can do.
And yeah, I really like the one that Adam Mosseri has for new features and things that are coming with Instagram. You can learn a ton from that one. Mark Zuckerberg has one too, where he, kind of tells you what's coming, which I think if you're a creator or something like that, knowing what his priorities are, then will help you figure out what to prioritize yourself. So, but I think they're really, really interesting to see what gear and stuff he's bringing out and features and stuff.
I'm glad you highlighted those. Those are the two best ones I've seen so far using channels is because they're leaking new information sort of as it happens. And you're getting it from the source. So you're getting like that accurate information, which I like.
Yeah, I tried a few others and haven't really stuck with anyone else.
Same. For Instagram feature, I wanted to talk about, I picked the add yours sticker. And I picked that because I don't really post a lot on Instagram these days. I find it very draining. There's a lot of metrics that go into it. But the add your sticker is a way to join a conversation or join a group of people doing something. And it kind of adds the fun element back into it. It's not about how many likes it got or how many people saw it. It's just, hey, I contributed to something and I think that something is fun. And it could be like your favorite picture from a summer vacation or your favorite picture from the last time you were with your family or whatever that add yours sticker is. And now you can make your own add yours stickers. So I think that's really adding another level onto it. Do you ever use the add yours sticker?
Because we talked about this, I thought I would try it again because I tried it a few times without much success. And so I tried it. There was a big storm here in Wrightsville Beach this last week. I don't know. It was kind of big news coming up the East Coast. And so I went out and got a bunch of footage and put some up and put add yours, thinking the community would add because that's what I usually do. And it didn't work. I have about, 19,000 followers and it didn't work. No one added except for myself and on some other accounts just to try and get people to do it. But I did have people tag me and send me things. For some reason, they didn't hit the add yours. But yeah, I haven't had great success with it, but I do think it's really fun. And I think the easier you make it, the easier it would be. But I have noticed a lot of people do them, if it's 6 photos from December or something, which sounds more difficult to me, but people really like doing that one. I see a lot, or add your dog or something, but I haven't had much success with it.
I think it's an interesting one if it gives people a chance to share something that they wouldn't necessarily share. They might have taken a picture of their family or their dog, and that's not something they normally share on their profile. But now you've given them a reason to, or they're part of a community where everyone's sharing pictures of their dog or whatever. So that kind of adds to it.
Yeah, so I should try something more unique. Right. Bad hair day or something.
I really like that. Okay, that's it for today's episode. Come back next time when we talk about our favorite new technology of the past 12 months and our favorite TikTok trend. Also, in other news, my interview with Taylor Lorenz is now live on my podcast, the Instagram Stories podcast, which you can look for and find wherever you get podcasts. If you're not familiar, Taylor Lorenz is a journalist. She works for the Washington Post. She wrote a new book called Extremely Online, and it's a massive history of social media and how we got to where we are over the past 10, 12 years. I am giving away some copies of the book. Listen to the podcast episode to find out how to get a copy of the book for free for yourself. I want to give you a copy as a listener. Thank you so much for listening as always, and be sure to come back next time for more of the recap of the past 12 months.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads at Daniel Hill Media media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.